All right, we should be live. Hey, everyone. Welcome to another HighLevel Release Radar where we recap the week's releases. I am live from outside of Philadelphia, PA, my hometown where it is freezing. And so I've got the HighLevel beanie going on. I'm joined, as always, by Ryan Howell from the product marketing team. He's got some fresh new swag. Ryan, what's happening?
What's going on? It's been a great week.
It has been a great week. I am pretty excited to hop into these releases. Um, Looks like we're live, but I don't see any viewers yet. So if you can see us, let us know. Say hello in the comments. Let us know from where you are watching from, and we'll go ahead and hop into it. I'm going to share my screen here and bring up the deck from this week. All right, there's a hello from Orion over in YouTube. What's happening? Thanks for joining
What's
us.
going on?
All right, Ryan, can you see the slides?
Yep.
Okay, awesome.
Good to go.
So the first release from this week was an integrator marketplace from the app marketplace one, which is that people who build integrations for HighLevel can now add a preview video in the profile, right?
Yeah. So this is kind of going along with the theme of building out the marketplace. Similar to how iOS and the Mac App Store works, and I'm sure Google Play. That there's just more ability to showcase what your app actually does, provide a marketing video, tutorial, whatever you want to do there. So no limitations on what it is, except for it has to be relevant to the app, and that's kind of the idea there.
I like that. Makes sense.
Yeah.
You get to see visually what you're about to install before you install it.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a smart tip. If you are an integrator, you have built something, create some sort of walkthrough overview video and get it into your profile, and I'm sure it will lead to more downloads. All right, looks like we got some other comments from YouTube as well. Mike, Dan, what's happening? Colorado, Canada in the
Colorado
house.
and Canada. I'm going to be in Canada next week, or the week after.
Oh, which part?
Going to Vancouver, going to Whistler to eat up some
Nice.
slopes.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So here's just a screenshot of what those videos look like, yeah? Once they get added.
Yep. Yeah, that's what it looks like in the integration. And then the next this is gonna be our next release, which is the page view trigger. I know that you are stoked about this one.
This is really cool. This has been on the ideas board, had a ton of votes for a really long time, which is basically site tracking, right? And again, this is V1 of it. So the first question everybody has is there a site script now that we can add to other websites? Not yet, but on HighLevel sites and any site that has a HighLevel element on the page, like a form, a calendar, things like that, it now tracks. And so I'm told, I don't know if you've verified this yet, Ryan, but it tracks the activity in the activity feed on the contact card or the
Yeah.
contact view.
I have not done a live test on this yet, but it is on my list.
Okay. And now that is tracking, we can trigger off of that, right? And so the most, I think, classic example of this is you're selling something on a page, you have somebody's information because they claimed a lead magnet of some sort, and now we can alert you that they've gone to look at a product or whatever it is that you're selling, and now you can fire off emails or text messages or whatever you want to do saying, hey, saw you were checking out that thing, any questions we can answer or whatever. Basically really sophisticated, a dynamic abandoned cart type of marketing campaigns that this opens up.
Yeah.
Anything I missed, Ryan?
No, that's it. There are a bunch of parameters. We're going to be adding more, but you can trigger off your UTMs and different things. There's a couple more screenshots from the dev team here, kind of showing what that looks like in terms of the trigger. You can look at paths and etc. So, yeah, main idea is just be able to really customize like exactly what that trigger looks like, so that you can have a congruent, sales message or outreach there.
So when I saw this slide, I was a little confused, but this is basically filter options in the trigger, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So you can say, okay, they hit this page and then they came from this source or this campaign.
Yeah, you can look at specific UTM parameters around it. So
Gotcha.
yeah, pretty
Cool.
sophisticated stuff, but you can do some fun things there in terms of the automating follow up. Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah, that's really powerful. And again, this is V1. So let us know what you think. Let us know where you want to see this go. And the team will take it there. So Looking forward to the feedback on that one.
Yeah.
Next up, oh, this one is great, right? For all of the builders out there, you can now control all of the margin and all of the padding, and it is, what do we call this? It's desktop
It,
and mobile
yeah, it's
irrespective.
essentially like if you built like HTML websites, is essentially like applying classes so that you can use media query to this all happens in the back end, but you can use media query or a specific class to just edit like, okay, on mobile, I want the padding to look like this. And this is like a huge pain point for us too, because when we're building out templates and doing all these things, you want your mobile site to have as little padding as possible because you've got a smaller screen. You don't want people to have to scroll. But maybe on a desktop, you want more padding because you've got more space and you want it to have more white space.
Mm-hmm.
So this is continuing that march to enable really nicely designed mobile sites without having to, in the past we'd have to like duplicate a section and then
Yep.
apply specific thing, and it was like really cumbersome and like labor intensive. You're just sitting there clicking all day. And now it's just like, cool, on mobile, I want it to be this padding. On desktop, I want it to be this, and it's done for you.
Couldn't have said it any better myself. Definitely really convenient update from the team. And again, you don't even have to toggle between desktop and mobile view. You can do it right there in the padding element, which is fantastic. So I think all
And
of the site builders are going to rejoice when they see and start playing with this one.
it does automatically switch. So when you go to mobile view, it switches all your controls to mobile, just to
Mm-hmm.
reiterate. So you don't
Yeah,
have to remember what you're on, but it will show you.
big one.
Hmm.
Awesome. Love it. What do we have next up?
These are just screenshots of, I think, the same thing that we were looking at there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
those
that's what it
two.
looks like. Yep.
Awesome. All right. So the next one was another one for websites, and this one, security headers. I think I pinged you when this rolled out, and I was
Yeah.
like, you know, I've
So
launched hundreds of websites, but embarrassingly, I don't even know what this is.
yeah, full
Walk me through it.
disclosure, most websites do not score well with security, and there's a number of headers that you can put in, or I should say like tags that you can put in the header that enhance the security of a website. So that's the basics of it. And now we're giving you the ability to like add whatever types of policies or tags you want in there. And on the next slide, I put a link, and you can scan that QR code. It goes to a Mozilla library document that describes all of the different types of tags and what they do. So if you're thinking like, okay, well, what do I do with this? All the descriptions are there, and this is a, like web standard that every website uses to some degree or another. Most people ignore it, but security is becoming a much bigger thing. So there's a resource for you to go check it out, and you can see what's going on, and then you can verify on sites like this one. We're giving you an example of how secure the site is, and so forth. And just to add some color, there are trade-offs with security, right? Like there's no perfect solution, but there's some things we can do to protect our content so it's not getting iframed into other websites,
Mm,
people impersonating you. Like those are the types of things that these enhancements
mm.
kind of protect against.
That's a good one. Yeah,
Mhm.
disabling iframes and whatnot. Cool.
Yeah,
And that was very nice of you, Ryan, to put that QR code in there to link to that helpful resource.
no
Appreciate that.
problem.
All right, let's see what we have next. Oh, this is a big one. So taxation for agencies in the US. So we can now manually add taxes to our products in HighLevel. And again, before everyone starts asking all the questions about the other countries and automated taxes and this and that, this is step one. This is the skateboard, right? So taxation has rolled out, and it'll only get better from here.
Yeah. We
Anything to
will
add
be
to that one?
rolling into, yeah, as Chase mentioned, we will be rolling into like automatic calculations and being able to have multiple jurisdictions and so forth. But for now, this is what we're rolling with, essentially manual entry for a product.
And it does have some optionality in there too, right? Did I see that like you can do it by the variant and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, yeah, but you should be able to all anything that's like price related, it'll be variant specific.
Cool.
Yep.
Awesome. Well, this is going to please a lot of folks that are out there selling and now using the new high-level ecom. So again, test it out. Let us know what you think and where it needs to go. Next release, sub-account dashboards, conversation widgets. Oh, this is great, right? So we've got custom dashboards now. We can add our own widgets. We can size them up. And now we have all the metrics around conversations so that we can create those types of widgets in our reports. Pretty helpful.
Yeah.
Pretty
Reporting,
straightforward.
pretty straightforward, customized reporting based on conversations. There's all kinds of options you can play around with in there. Go have a blast. This is a 497 exclusive.
Hmm,
Just
good
FYI.
point.
So
Custom
good
dashboards are
reason to
available.
if you're looking for a reason to upgrade, now's the time. You can do all kinds
Mhm.
of great stuff with the dashboards.
Yep, custom reports. You can create multiple dashboards. You can assign them so only certain people can see them and whatnot. Really handy. They look beautiful. And now there's even more metrics available. So go check that out. Next up, abandoning checkouts listed on the orders page. This one's pretty cool. So walk us through this. We're in the products area, the orders
Yep.
tab.
Hmm. Yeah. So it's exactly what it sounds like. It's somebody adds something to their cart and they leave. I'm sure you've been on plenty of websites where it's like, hey, you left something behind.
Mhm.
So we'll have the ability to then trigger off specific emails and so forth to recoup that customer that got busy, because our attention span is about 4 seconds these days.
Mhm.
um, they meant to buy it but they kind of forgot, and now you can see kind of what's happening there with all these orders, but then we'll also have the ability to trigger specific emails. So another huge addition to the ecom module, as we call them, but it's just the ecom section and building out a store on your site. So watch out, Shopify.
Nice. I love it. Quick question from Angel Marie, just jumped in. Which upgrade level were you just referring to? So that's the 497 plan. Custom dashboards are available only at 497. So if you're not up on that level yet and you're interested in using custom dashboards, just you can upgrade, head on over to your billing tab in your settings of your agency level, and you can upgrade yourself right into 497. All right, let's check out our next update or rollout from the week. Abandoned checkouts. Oh, okay, so this is the
Yeah,
same
that's
one.
just a detailed view of that.
All right, branded domains. So this is getting exciting because all the different product teams are now starting to utilize the branding domain in all the different product areas. And so here we have it for calendars. Yep.
Yep. Calendars here. So again, the idea behind this, there's a little bit of confusion because it's like, what is this? It's the ability to have a subdomain. So let's just say links.yourdomain.com, and that is sort of like the root domain. So when somebody clicks on your calendar link, it doesn't say the name of, let's say, the agency. It says the name of like that specific sub account's domain. So it's a part of a broader effort to really white label everything, so that they're not seeing things that don't seem congruent with the company or the domain that they're used to.
Yeah, lazy marketers rejoice, right? Because
Mhm.
when you make a calendar, it spits out a default URL, but it was like some long random string.
Yep.
And now we can customize that based on the sub account level, right? So your client's calendar default links are now branded to their domain. Um, in the past, if you wanted to be branded, you go build a page, embed the calendar, which I still suggest you do because you can, make the page look great and everything. But if you want to be a lazy marketer, you can grab that auto-generated link and it'll be branded, and you can share that out, and one step removed.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
again, this is going to roll out to all the different areas, right? So
Yeah,
all
so
different.
the
Go
first
ahead.
step, just to reiterate, because this is a little bit technical for some folks. The first step is that you choose the subdomain that you want to use. You put it into that field there, which is in the business profile settings. And then the tooltip that when you hover over that will show you the CNAME that you have to add. So you go into the domain that you put in there, and then you add a CNAME record for let's say it's link.mydomain.com. You'd put a CNAME record for link, and then it points to the domain that's listed in that tooltip. I think it's link.msndgr.com. So
MSGS. ndr.com.
MSGS, yeah.
We've got help docs all for it in help.gohighlevel.com. And as always, you can hop on with the team in Zoom and they could help you out as well if you head over to speakwith.us/success. And here's just the example. So we could see in this example, they entered the subdomain here at .dentist near me. And then when we look at the calendar link, we could see that that's what we see up there. So nice and branded by default. Attach manual taxes directly to products. So this goes back to the tax update. So now we can manually create those taxes and manually attach them to specific products. So that's just a continuation of that update that we saw. And then here's another
That's
screenshot.
what the front end looks like when they're checking out. Yeah.
And I think there's another one, right? Okay, yeah. So here we can see the taxes being shown in the checkout. All right, and now here we get to the part where we don't have screenshots, but we still have tons of new updates that rolled out.
Yeah.
First up is a payments one. Terms and notes on receipts, plus add a from name, from email, and subject. Okay, so we got more customization around receipts.
Yeah, receipts. Receipts and invoices received a lot of these types of updates where essentially there's just more notification fields that you can put in there to make it look like how you want it to look like, to make the subjects look the way you want if you organize your email inbox a certain way. So these are all ideas that came from the ideas board. So be sure you're active in there. If you see something you really like, make sure you vote on it, because that's where we take our direction for all these things.
Yeah, and if you haven't used any of the payment products yet, I definitely suggest that you start testing them out. It's an incredible way, again, to replace software for your clients and be the provider of that software now, right? So pretty much every business is sending proposals and invoices, and now you can do text to pay links and even tap to pay. So if you haven't started playing with that, test it out. It's an easy way to replace tools for your clients, cement your clients for longer, and then monetize those services for yourself.
Yeah.
Next up on the list here, we've got workflows, ELIZA user rollover.
Yes. So this is it's a fairly technical update, but essentially what it does is if ELIZA can't answer a question, it will then roll it over to an available user or agent to then kind of intervene. So it's like a human rollover when it gets confused or doesn't know what to do. So
cool. That's nice. Next up was an update from Social Planner. It got a new onboarding screen. Nothing major there. It just looks nice, right?
Yep.
Oh, and actually, it's more intuitive, right? So when you're sending your clients there, and the first step is for them to connect their social accounts. Before, it wasn't really obvious that those were buttons, and now it is. And so you'll get more clients getting set up.
When it first rolled out, I was like, where do I click?
Yeah.
We fixed it.
So that's a nice UI enhancement there.
Yep.
Next up, Google Business Profile. Oh, this has been such a long time coming. We can finally now change the little avatar image of our Google Chat. This was something that people have been begging for forever. And I don't know if it wasn't in their API or why it took so long, but now you can change that little, user profile image.
And that updates with Google. I confirmed today with the PM that it's not just on HighLevel side, it updates it through Google. So,
which is great. And again, it's a good time to point out that Google Business Chat, also referred to as Google Chat, is something that before was only mobile. And now recently they rolled it out to desktop as well. So you're going to see Google pushing harder and harder for businesses to use Google Chat because they don't want people leaving the search results, right? And so now through HighLevel, you connect to Google Business Profile, we turn it on automatically, and now your customers are going to be generating conversations from Google that pull right inside of HighLevel, where they can read, reply, and even have AI reply with Conversation AI. So one of the easiest wins that you can activate for your clients is connecting to their Google Business Profile. Now we can customize what the chat icon looks like and start generating those Google Chats for them. Awesome. Let's see, what do we have next? User management, enhancements to new user creation flow. What are the details on that? I haven't seen that one yet.
Yeah, so this kind of gets to what I would call a standard UX for most websites, where when you create a user, it automatically sends them an email to verify that like the email address is correct. That's
Mm.
something that wasn't happening before on our end. And then also prompt them to log in and generate their password. So that's essentially just kind of reaching parity with kind of the way the rest of the internet does it. Makes it much more convenient for just adding users and not having to like make up a password for them and then resetting it for them, and also making sure that you've got their correct email address in the system.
Cool. Next up, we had Lead Connector phone updates. So we've got some Twilio compliance and phishing restrictions, as well as some updates to the A2P registration flow.
Yeah, nothing major there. Just continuing to polish some rough spots and make ATP registration easier, if that's possible. And yeah, just some compliance stuff that we're kind of required to report on and so forth with Twilio.
Oh, I accidentally slipped the slide there. Which is great, right? A2P, I mean, again, the last one that I did went really smoothly and was approved within hours. And so now this makes it even easier to go through. So hopefully these approvals are just happening faster and faster for everybody out there. Next up is a big one. The Kajabi course migrator now pulls in the videos too, which is awesome because obviously that's the main point of what we want to suck over. And so now we can pull the whole course over and make it very easy to migrate our clients or ourselves if we have courses built out in Kajabi and we want to move them over to courses in HighLevel.
Yeah. And then the admins are also now able to search text for assessments. So maybe you're looking for a specific type of answer in the assessments, there's now searchability in that. That's the other small update there.
Okay. What do we have next? We have payments, source enhancements in payment received trigger. Okay, so more granularity there.
Yep.
That's cool. So we can just trigger off of the exact things that we want to trigger off of. Next up, documents and contracts got a UI UX enhancement.
Yeah, so this is part of a kind of a broader thing of making documents and contracts prettier and easier to use, and all in all, not confusing. So more to come on that.
Nice. And then the last one on our list for this week was the IVR, so the call trees, right? Hopefully everybody knows we can build phone trees inside of HighLevel where, you call and it's like it plays a recording and it's like press 1 for sales, press 2 for support, press 3, whatever. We can build those out in HighLevel. So we can replace those legacy systems for our clients in HighLevel. That just got an update where now, let's say you're saying, okay, press 3 to chat with sales, and they press 3 and it dials your sales team members. If they don't answer, this new upgrade now enables you to detect if you get their voicemail or not. So depending on if you do or you don't, you can then continue the automation in whichever direction you want to go. So pretty nice little sort of final touch, I would say, on the IVR system.
Yeah.
We did get another question from Matt about any news on the Canva integration. I haven't heard anything in a couple of weeks, which means it's probably getting pretty close. But hopefully you're involved in the mini town halls. So hopefully everybody knows that we do daily product town halls now. So each product team once a month hosts their own town hall. And so basically every day at, I believe, 11 a.m. Central is the time slot these days. Correct me if I'm wrong, Ryan.
It's actually 10, but yeah, it's on gohighlevel.com/events. It's on our event calendar.
Cool. So you can check that out. You can register. We've got a HighLevel community built around those. And so basically every morning, one of the product teams is hosting a little mini town hall where you can hop in, see exactly what they're launching now, what they're working on, when things are going to come out, ask them some questions, and really help that team guide their products. So it's sort of like the ideas board in real time. And so if you are a big fan of just staying current in general, or maybe a specific feature set, definitely tap into that product team's town hall. I missed the new onboarding screen for the social planner. Anything big? That one is just more intuitive. So it's more obvious that the networks are buttons that you need to click to connect. And so you should just have an easier time getting clients set up. All right, with that, Ryan, my favorite part of the show where we get to pick our most exciting upcoming release. What are you most excited about that is in the pipeline?
I've got a couple of here, but one of the things that we're focusing on is the documents and contract stuff. And so soon there'll be when somebody fills out a document or a contract, it will be listed in the contact details page. So part of this idea where
Mm.
you go to a specific contact, you can see everything that they've signed. I mean, this is really applicable for a lot of different industries, and like in real estate is a good example. Like maybe they're filling out like a lead form or maybe a proof of funds or something, and that's all now going to be organized, and you'll also be able to filter it and so forth. So that's coming
Mhm.
out pretty soon here.
Nice. So I'm going to go with the and I was really excited when I saw that Reshma said, yeah, that's Q1. So within the next month or so, we should see the prospecting tool become embeddable on websites. And I think maybe
Hmm.
we talked about this one before, but I didn't think it would be until Q2. This is an amazing way to generate leads, right? So we put this on our sites and it basically says, get a free audit of your marketing or your website's performance. They put in their name, their email, their website, which boom gets a lead into your system. The prospecting tool is going to generate the report, so you know exactly what they need, and then it's an easy call. You just, hey, I've got your report ready. When can we, book a link, or here's the calendar to book a call to go over your report. You hop on, show them what's wrong, and let them know that you can fix it. And so it's just a really, I would say, it's a low stress sales call, in my opinion. It's sort of my favorite sales calls to have because it's like, hey, whether you work with us or not, I'm going to show you stuff that you should go fix. And so you're delivering value whether they choose to work with you or not. Most people are happy to hop on that call, and the prospecting scan does the work for you, tells you exactly what needs to be fixed. And so now we're going to be able to embed that into our sites and basically turn sites into lead gen machines, which I can attest to. We used a third-party tool that did something similar in the past, but hopefully we all know that our prospecting tool is specific to high-level types of things, like do they have a text-enabled phone number? Do they have a chat widget on the site? These types of things. So very excited to see that one roll out. But as always, let us know what you are most excited to see roll out in the comments below.
Yeah, and I've
And
got one bonus one. You'll soon be able to pay a portion of an invoice. So this is a big one for like events, like hey, we want 20% down. So there'll be that ability here coming up pretty soon.
yeah, that's a big one. I know Graham, one of my good friends, has been waiting for that feature. He's a videographer, and he's been dying for that. So he'll be excited to hear that. Looks like we got one last question from Pat. If you guys can merge the features of my web audit with GHL prospecting audit, that'd be amazing. Good news, Pat. That is the goal. We are pulling in metrics left and right. If you haven't checked it out recently, check it out. It's got SEO metrics in there now, so it scans for site speed, and a bunch of the Google Vitals. Is that what they call them these days?
Yeah, Google Page Vitals.
Yeah. So all that stuff's coming in. Um, don't want to leak too much, but you're going to see a lot of SEO type of features and metrics hit the system soon. And so I'm super excited about that. And I know there's a lot of SEO folks in the community that will be as well.
Yeah.
So with that, happy Friday, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the releases this week. Again, let us know which one was your favorite in the comments below, and we'll see you next week.
Right on. See ya.
Bye, everyone.